My friends call me Groovy Jim. Now, I tried to get marketing to approve that, but they said nah.
I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Exclusive.
What up, peeps? It's your boy JK Dripmode, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna be working on a small piece. It's a diorama, it's an accessory, it's a dio accessory, whatever you want to call it, but it's a small piece. But first, let's talk about the figures that is inspiring me today. Boom! Got Earthworm Jim and PsyCrow. Premium DNA is giving us Earthworm Jim. I mean, I was a big Earthworm Jim fan, and this is back in the Super Nintendo era, so the fact that we're getting these toys, I mean, they're so cool. Cartoony. It kind of gives me that Brendan Stimpy style. It's very well done. The articulation looks great. I'm having them like this. Badass toys. I'm glad I got them. But today's diorama is gonna be, look at this, a ball. This is a sphere, a foam sphere. I wanted to use this. I had it in my inventory, and now I'm gonna have an opportunity. PsyCrow, I'm gonna put him on top of a moon. And this is kind of like the idea, like these small display pieces that come with an accessory that kind of describes the scene. So it's a diorama, but yeah, I want to build something for him like this. And then for Earthworm, there's a representation of him that he's always sitting on top of this like broken off piece of land, and there's like this toilet, and then there's these wheels, and it says Earthworm Jim. That's what we're going to be building for this guy. So this is going to be a set piece for both of these guys, and it's going to be tiny, so it's not going to be that crazy, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So that's what today's tile going to be today. So let's get to it. Alright, so here's styrofoam. I got this sphere. It's really popular for like doing planets and stuff like that. I'm not really crazy about the type of foam it is, but you gotta really understand that this is not really how you use it. This foam is it's more like a filler. So this type of foam, I'm gonna be using clay on top of it to cover it. So this is just my base, and I'm gonna be able to put PsyCrow on top so that he could stand there. Now, my fear is that he could fall, so I'm gonna actually add some craters in this moon, and some other craters are gonna be right by his feet, so it could act like a support. I was thinking about like, well, how can I do it? And I was going through my inventory, and I have this rubber adhesive like mat. It's like for doors, for gaps. So I have a lot of it, and I can actually bend it and turn them into little circles, right? So I could cut them in different sizes. The craters could be exaggerated and whatnot. So I'm gonna use this as my crater, and I'm gonna glue it, and then once it's all solid, then I'm gonna cover it with clay, with the DAS clay that I've shown you guys in other episodes. So this will be the main direction for the moon. Let's get to it. I'm gonna be making these circular craters. They're gonna pop out on purpose, and it's gonna glue them with hot glue. And then press. Now it's all glued, and got a couple of craters going on. It's supposed to be like a cartoony moon, and I'm gonna use DAS clay for this one. This is just to get that clay-like feeling. There's a cartoon feeling to this character, so want to make sure I translate that to the actual moon itself. I've been playing with ducktail a lot lately, and it's a good way to get certain outcomes or look and feel that the foam has limitations on. So it's hard, and I'm really digging. I guess it captured a lot of my presses, but I like this randomness because it's supposed to be a moon, so it's not supposed to be like perfect or beautiful. So I'm digging this. Came out really good. I want to work on the sign next. Now this is my plan B because it's a piece of wood. It's hard. It's stable. We put it in here and then we call it a day, right? But in my reference, the sign's a little bit crooked, so I don't have anything. But I'm thinking maybe I could try epoxy and build it. Get this ruler. Cross. Alright, so let's bend them. Make some holes here. The rod's gonna be kind of like the stop sign, and here's the plate. It's not a stop sign, it's a cow sign, so it's like beware of cows. I'm gonna be able to put that right here. Next up, we're gonna just prime it. You wanna get that layer of protection and also that layer that allows you to grab the paint. So let's prime this and let's get to painting. Alright, let's start priming. Mosh Posh black paint. Mix it and let's go. Doing some browns, doing some yellows, some sand colors. Alright, now the moon is painted, it's drying up. Let's work on the sign. Now this is a cow sign, it's a yellow sign, and the rod is a simple rod. So really it's just bringing out the beauty in these pieces. Now that PsyCrow's dial is done, let's start going to Earthworm Jim's dial now. So that's my base. So now it's gonna start just carving. And I got my foam cutter, and I got this wire cutter. Alright, it's looking like a good size right here. It's Now I'm gonna start playing with some of the accessories. I found some of the parts. I'm still hunting other things, but here's the tires. I'm gonna cut this. It's working. It's open and yeah. Was successful with the wheels, right? It's pretty cool. I ended up looking for some clear tubing. This is like for aquariums and stuff. You can find this type of tubing at Walmart. I'm using it and I'm cutting it, and it looks like a tube that's just kind of running through, like almost like a snake coming in and out of the rock. It looks almost connected to the toilet. There's supposed to be a toilet in here. Foam cutter here and make a hole. This helps me kind of insert the tube and perfect. There you have it. Alright, next up, I'm gonna work on the toilet. I completely forgot that I had this toilet from the X-Men Mansion, from the Fisher Price house. So I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna bury it and then build the rest of it. Gonna start covering this with the dust clay I used for the moon, just to kind of blend some of these details and actually even make it look more like a rock. It's all solid. Now let's go into the priming. Came out pretty good. I added more details, but now that I'm gonna prime it, I could definitely keep adding to it. Alright, so now my piece is all primed. 2 layers thick. It's really nice and black. I'm thinking that with this piece, there's a lot of details that I may need to just hand paint it just to keep it clean. Got some browns, got some whites, got some beiges, brown. This is gonna be brown with purple. Keep the rope, the cable black, the tires black, and then the toilet's like a off-white. Now that pieces are dry, I'm gonna start washing. So I'm already here just kind of dabbing a little. Now we're in the final portion of this build, and is putting the sign. Printed different sizes to see which one looks good, but the idea is just to kind of create a plate of the logo on the front of it, kind of hovering. Alright, and then we're off to the reveal. Here you go, guys. Here is my Earthworm Jim dioramas. Made one for Earthworm and also made one for PsyCrow. And this was a cool and simple diorama that I really wanted to showcase, because not all dioramas have to be huge, and the different for me, dioramas are environments, and even pieces like this that feel like accessories, they are dioramas. So I wanted to show you guys that not all dioramas have to be humongous, and they can be small and personal per figure, just like these two right here. Yeah, two different environments. One's on the moon, and the other one's on a piece of land, roaming in space. And it was really cool. I don't think this was a complicated build, but it could be a little bit complex, just because I'm using materials that are a little bit different than just carving foam. Clay was one that I think everyone could get into, and it's easy and it's fun. Other things is I use parts. I really didn't do much besides just break things apart and put them together, like the tires and like the toilet, using some rubber cables. And then on the moon side, really just using pieces as a base so that I could add the clay to create that illusion of craters on the moon, and also the sign using epoxy. And guys, that is it. Nothing crazy, simple build, fun and creative, and I hope you guys try it out for yourselves for these figures or for other figures that you guys may want to create the dials in this direction. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something new. Please hit that like button, write a comment, and if you haven't, hit the subscribe button. Guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.